welcome to the Facial Recognition Comedy Podcast. This is Zara Ali.
I'm Paula Viganalan.
And I'm Fizza Dasani.
And today's esteemed guest is the hilarious, I would call your beard very voluminous.
Voluminous?
I'd say successful. You have a successful beard.
Successful beard. Yeah. Successful beard and successful comedy career. DJ Sandhu.
Yay.
Burr, burr, burr.
I was just laughing because I thought Zara forgot his name for a second, but you were just stuck on the beard.
I thought she didn't know how to. I thought she didn't know how to pronounce DJ.
No, I know how to pronounce DJ and Sandhu. But I was looking over at him and I'm like, what can I say that I already haven't told you in person?
Your hair is also very coiffed.
Yeah. You're very
successful
pretty.
beard, coiffed hair.
I didn't know I was gonna.
You were a
so flattered.
sharp man, DJ.
Yeah, very neatly dressed.
As you can tell, I'm not used
Stylish.
to receiving compliments.
I was getting embarrassed. Look at him.
Receive it.
Oh, if I was white, I'd be red right now.
Oh my goodness. I would actually argue that you have the best eyebrows amongst all of us.
Oh yeah.
Which is
Well, the secret
compliment.
is I have one really strong eyebrow that starts here and ends here.
Yes. Well, we do too, but
Yes.
yours just is more successful. You have more successful eyebrows than we
Got a
do.
lot more realistic
Still,
to
she
work
persists.
Yeah. And I mean, not that we should be comparing, but you have, I mean, that arch, God.
Yeah. Those are some serious arrowheads on your face. It's great. It's
I feel like you'd be good in like interrogations, like just by staring at them.
Oh yeah, getting information out of people. Yeah, I'm hella good at that.
Yeah.
Is that your casting? Interrogator?
No, none of those fucking websites do anything for me.
Really?
At all. Nothing.
When you're
None of-
like looking for acting jobs.
Dude, I can't get shit.
Why? I feel like you have such a strong look.
That's the problem. Is I have a strong look and I have no resume.
It's so specific.
So
You're
it's
like a character.
I can't be a background actor because if this is in the background, you're gonna notice this shit. So I don't blend in very well. And then I
Our
don't have
listeners are
anything.
Googling you right now.
Oh, there's
as we
nothing.
speak.
There's nothing to Google.
Or they're watching us on Patreon.
Or
They've
that.
got me on like a King's commercial, and then I've got like a fucking cab driver role on like.
You played
laugh
Jafar
tracks.
for Halloween,
Yeah,
talking about a severe eyebrow.
I was hella tweeting at them, trying to get them to like for the live action Aladdin movie. I was like, "Yo, who else are you gonna fucking get?
A white guy.
Come on, dude. Did they get a white dude?
I don't think so.
I'm
but,
assuming just
I
the
mean,
way Hollywood is. But if
Yeah.
they didn't,
messed
kudos
up.
to Hollywood. Paula is Googling
I'm
right
Googling
now.
it right now because facts.
I know that the dude that did Aladdin's voice on the original cartoon. He was
He was a white dude.
yeah.
He
He was Steve from
He was
Full
Steve
House.
from Full House. Yeah.
He was DJ's boyfriend.
Yeah, he was your boyfriend.
That's what drives me nuts. Is everybody called me DJ Tanner, and I'm like, there was also DJ on Roseanne, and that kid was a fucking badass. No one remembers him.
I remember him.
Yeah, of course, remember
Yeah.
DJ, but like,
He was a badass. That was happening at the same time that Full House was
Yeah,
happening.
so he
and
was
everybody-
overshadowed. He was overshadowed by a woman for once, you know. So
maybe you didn't have the big beard then, so everyone just made the association
did.
with the. Oh, you did?
what? Can you describe the journey of this
grader beard.
beard? Because I feel like it's your look
legit,
and
like I ran out of Mach 3 razors one day, and then I kept forgetting to buy more. And then by the time I went and bought some more, I was like, well, shit, now I got to fucking trim this down first. And then I was like, let's just see how long this goes.
That's how my leg hair works.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, it's winter. Okay, I found the facts for the live action Aladdin. He'll be portrayed by Mina Massoud, who is a Canadian actor, but was born in Cairo, Egypt, to Coptic parents. It's a brown dude.
yay!
Good
All
job.
right.
They did it.
Jasmine's half South Asian, I think.
And half white.
Yeah.
Naomi Scott.
Because she needed to be light skinned. That's why.
Yep.
That's why all the pretty women.
She's not that light skinned.
She is though. She is.
Oh.
She's probably the kind of light skin where she doesn't tan instantly when you put her in sunlight.
Right.
Like I tan within seconds.
Really?
Like within seconds,
This is-
I do
change.
too. I
This is
love
just
it.
how
Yeah.
I look always.
It like evens me out. I love tanning.
Yeah, I change ethnicities within 20 minutes.
I also
Like,
I
it's
didn't know that we could sunburn.
Oh, dude. Oh my God.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's so painful. It
have to
happened
really
to me one
try.
time. It happened to
to
me one
really
time,
try.
and I felt so bad for white people.
Yeah. It was horrendous. I was just sitting there, like we went to Hawaii, and I'm just sitting there like making sandcastles and shit like a fucking grown up. I'm like,
When
I'm
did you
like
go to Hawaii?
I was like 32 or 31.
Oh,
This
did you
is
go
like
with a
2-3
Did you
years
go
ago.
with a lady?
Yeah, well, my ex, and she
Aw.
actually she had lived there for like 5 or 6 years before that. So it was like we did like some touristy things, but for the most part, like we were the only people on the beach. Like she knew all these like super secret
cool.
spots, and she was like telling me like, don't check in, like make sure all your location settings are all turned off. She's like, we don't want anybody.
Oh, you were hella
knowing.
off the grid.
Yeah, she was like, we don't want anybody knowing about these spots.
Yeah, they don't want people from the mainland ruining it.
Yeah,
Of
and
course.
so
So
I
you
was
weren't
like,
wearing sunscreen,
no, I was just sitting there making a sandcastle.
just losing a layer of
And
skin.
then I just started like my back started itching, and I'm like,
That happened to me. I was in
That's a
India
sunburn.
outside for like 2 days straight when I was 11.
You got a sunburn in India?
Yeah. It was like my own country hurt me.
Were people freaking out? They didn't know what it was? Like, what's happening to
My
Leprosy
aunts
stuff?
handed me some like cold cream shit that I'm sure was not used for like sun. So we didn't have
Right.
anything for sunburns.
Oh my God.
All of India was like, I don't know what to do.
So Jasmine is light skinned because she's half white. So did they cast Jafar? Does DJ have a shot?
It
Oh,
sounds
God.
like
I
this
gotta
guy
keep this
guy with the last name Masood.
No, that's Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marwan Kenzari is Jafar, and he's a Tunisian Dutch actor. Oh, he's hella light skinned.
Okay. Great.
what?
Look at that. You're way more Jafar than that guy.
Oh,
That's
look at
not
his
Jafar.
eyebrows.
You know they're gonna put him in
They're
brown
so
face.
lateral.
You know
That's
they're gonna
fucking-
put all the bronzer on him. Put him in
Yeah.
brown face.
He does speak Arabic, Dutch, French, and English.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, but Jafar doesn't.
Yeah.
Jafar only speaks English.
That's true.
It's where,
Oh, you know what? I'll post up our picture. I'll post up our picture from Halloween so our fans can see how great of
Yo,
a
get,
Jafar
Dude,
you
I
are.
was-
get it
in,
trending. DJ for Jafar.
Yeah, for real.
DJ Sandhu.
Or
Or
Jafar.
DJ Tanner for Jafar.
Yuck.
He
At this
hates it.
point, I think DJ Tanner would get cast over
Oh, yeah.
DJ Sandhu
Oh,
for Jafar.
absolutely.
Well,
100%.
she does have very conservative views, so
Hell am I.
Yeah, that
her views
could help.
of women and their
Jesus
rights are probably more in
Christ.
line with Jafar.
So
Who knows?
I don't want to undermine the success of your beard, but it's gotten you in some trouble.
Oh, yeah. I get in trouble all the time.
Like
Uh,
weren't you taken off of a flight in Paris?
No, they refused to issue me my boarding pass.
What the fuck?
What?
At the
Yeah.
gate?
We got there.
Well, I'm assuming you're an American citizen, right? So you
Yeah.
have a blue passport,
Yep.
and you're at the gate, or you're checking in, and they won't give it to you.
Checking in. We're the first
Pre-security.
ones. Yeah. We're the first ones at the airport. Like we went I did a show. From the show, we went to the Eiffel Tower for like an hour, had like a romantic moment there. And then from there went to the airport. So we were there at like 2 a.m.,
Okay, and your
something like
flight
that.
was.
like 7.
So you were there hella early.
Yeah.
Probably knowing that you may have some issues. 'Cause-
No,
No?
just we're like, well, there's no point in getting a room for
Yeah,
that last
right,
night because
right.
I have that show that we're not getting out of until 1 anyway.
Yeah,
So it
makes
was
sense.
like,
So that shit wasn't even on your mind.
no,
You
not
didn't expect-
whatsoever.
like that's hella inconvenient. Did they
Yeah.
like pay you back?
Oh God, after hella long.
Wait, but can you walk us through like exactly what happened and like what you said to them after they were like, no, you can't get
They
on this
were
flight?
fucking with me so hard. We get in line, we get up to there, and they said something like, you can't check in until like 2 hours before your flight or something like that. And I'm like, that's not a thing at all. Like I travel professionally, bro. Like this has never been a thing.
And then he
Yeah.
heard you say bruh, and he was like,
yeah.
Yeah, for real.
No, but you can check in 24 hours before your flight time. Like
I
that's
thought-
like a known thing.
I thought that's the race is to check in early.
Yeah.
So I'm like 35 minutes away from the time that he's quoted me. And I was like, all right, I'll just stand right here. And he's like, no, you need to get back in line. And I was like, I was the first one here, dude. No, like, I'm just going to wait. And, or I'm sorry. No, this was a lady. After that, I went and got a dude, and he's checking me in. As he's checking me in, she walks over and starts talking to him in French. And I know that she's like just trying to get me off the plane. He's about to issue me my boarding pass, and then he like his face changes and he looks at me. He's like, "I'm sorry, you have to go over to customer service." And I was like, "No, what the fuck?" So now they bring over a manager. the floor manager like walks me over to customer service, and the customer service agent was like, yeah, they changed the plane overnight. So you're one of 25 people who's been affected by, it was supposed to be a bigger plane. They made it smaller, and now you're not going to get on your flight. And you're one of 25. And I was like, so of the 25 people who are supposed to be on this flight that are not going to be on this flight, 24 of them said, yeah, that makes sense. And they just shut the fuck up and sat down. And he's like, yep, pretty much. I was like, no, that's not the case. I've been here the whole time. You guys haven't turned anybody away. I'm looking at the door. Nobody's going out the door. Everybody's coming in. This is early morning. And he just kept making more and more excuses. I have the audio recorded. And
Oh, shit. Very comedian of you.
I was 100%. I was like, yo, I'm getting somebody fired.
Yeah.
Like someone needs to be fired.
What did you do? Did you call the U.S. Embassy? Like at what point did?
Well, so I had that night I had a show in London. So I was like, I have to get there. And I even told the agent, I was like, look, I understand you don't like us in this country and you don't want me here, but I'm trying to leave.
Is there a lot of
Like, let me fucking leave.
yeah, in France.
Islamic
Oh,
sentiment?
yeah.
For sure.
Is it anti-South Asian or anti-Islamic?
It's anti-non-white Catholic.
Okay.
It's very like xenophobic. They had that whole issue with the hijab and the burqa
Yeah,
on the beach, right?
Yeah.
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 Well, they're just super, super, super Catholic. There's this huge movement of like, because like Muslims can't get jobs or housing in Paris at all. Like it's impossible. So I was over there and we went through like a big old demonstration or whatever. And the counter demonstration was insanely big.
Yeah.
It was like all of Paris against anything brown. And their whole thing is like they don't want you there. When liberals talk about how amazing Europe is and like Denmark or whatever, like, yeah, Denmark's awesome, free education and healthcare for all of its citizens, but we can't fucking move there.
Yeah, as long
They
as
don't
their
want us there.
citizens are white and Catholic.
I think also it's like ramped up in recent times because of like the Syrian refugees and stuff. And they just like, it's the same thing here where they like blame the immigrants and the xenophobia gets like larger because of those problems.
Oh yeah, always. I mean, and everything's like, because right now there's like Trump just came out with a new ad campaign about like this illegal Mexican immigrant who'd been deported twice and he killed a bunch of cops in Sacramento. And they're like, the liberals let him in this country, blah, 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 this and that. And it's like, dude, I mean, there's also millions of illegal immigrants that aren't killing cops.
And also legal citizens that are killing people.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Tons of them that are born here. And he didn't even comment on the synagogue shooting, did he?
He did.
He did.
He went to Pittsburgh, even though 76, at least the last count I heard was 76,000 people signed a petition saying he's not welcome there until he retracts like all these statements that he said. And he also had a campaign rally that people thought he should cancel. And at that rally, he was like, I'm not going to cancel it. Like after 9/11, they kept something open, and which wasn't true. And then
Well, he also saw Muslims partying in the street celebrating on 9/11.
he was lying about a bunch of things. And then at that same campaign rally that people wanted him to cancel because of the Pittsburgh shooting, he joked about about almost canceling it because of his hairstyle. So little disconnected.
Jesus fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
Wait. So then, what happened with the rest of your story?
So we pop outside. I'm trying to call a cab. 5 cabs pull up, drop somebody off, and I'm waving them down, and they just speed right by me. So the 5th cab, like he drops somebody off, I'm waving him down. He starts taking off, and then he like sees me waving, pulls over, gets me in the car. And he's like, where are we heading? I was like, Gare du Nord. And he was like, that's weird that you're going from an airport to a train station.
Yeah.
And so I had to buy 2 tickets to London from there. Came out to like $530 or something because it's super
goodness.
last minute. The cab driver was like, hey, I don't mean to sound rude, but I just want to warn you that you're going to have a very hard time in this country with how you look. And I'm not one of those people, but there's a lot of those people here, and I just want you to know that. And I was like, yeah, I know. We're actually trying to leave this fucking country, and they won't let me because of how I look. And so we get to Gare du Nord, book a couple of tickets. My girlfriend at the time walks right through. They run my passport like 5 times, and they're just like staring like back and forth.
Goodness.
And my ex is half white, half Mexican, but just looks kind of more on the white side a little bit.
She's white passing.
Yeah. And so she just
Glided
right through.
Yep.
So France was a pain in the ass for you.
France has always been a pain in the ass to me.
You've been several times.
Yeah, I think this is that was my 5th time or 4th time.
And
So you keep going back. Has it gotten progressively worse?
Yes. Dramatically.
Yeah.
Has your beard gotten longer?
Very much. No, I went, the last 2 times that I went was looking like this. The first 2 times I was clean shaven.
and it still was an issue.
It was more, the first time I went, it was more of an issue because I was an American. And so this was like Bush was in office. This was 2002.
Oh, the Freedom
and we were
Fry
going through the
era.
whole Freedom Fry shit.
Yeah.
So
Oh
petty.
my God.
And so,
Freedom beard.
yeah, so Paris, and the French are great. Parisians are cunts. Like,
Oh, yeah, I've heard that before.
it's just the Parisians.
So are you saying I shouldn't go to Paris? Is that what you're saying?
No, go, have fun, check out the whole world. I mean, at the same time, like
But leave by train. Don't try to leave.
You'll
flight.
probably be fine.
It's just so interesting
No,
how
I mean,
You'll
I get pulled
probably-
over. I get detained like half the time I fly internationally.
really?
Yeah. There's some other Zara Ali who's on the no-fly list.
Jesus
She's
Christ.
like hella old to be causing any trouble, but apparently she's a very bad person.
Oh, you know her.
So
Her.
I know of her because she's been like ruining my travel plans for the past like 15 years.
How'd you figure out which Zara Ali though?
Because like after like the 19th time I asked like, all right, what the hell is going on? They're like, oh, there is a Zara Ali on the no-fly list.
And also,
No shit.
there's a Zara Ali on the no-fly list, and she took all your social media handles.
And
Yeah,
she
for
took all my
real.
That's the
fucking
biggest
social-
crime.
Yeah.
I know, man. I'm DJ Sandhu 2-0 on everything. Like, there's 19 others out there? Who the fuck are these people?
1 through 19. Wait, so
funny.
what I was thinking about, like, it's so unusual that a big city, a metropolitan city, would have so much bigotry. Usually that's the more progressive areas and countries that you would think.
Yes and no. In Europe, it's normal. Madrid's the same way. Barcelona's cool, but Madrid's super xenophobic.
Really?
Yeah.
I was in both places like a couple years ago. And I guess like because I'm a lady, maybe I didn't have as much trouble. But I spent like a couple days in both places, and it was
We were being refused service at restaurants. Not refused, but they would sit us down, and then they just wouldn't pay attention to us.
oh god.
In Spain, in
Yeah,
Madrid.
in Madrid. I got kicked out of the. I mean, it's kind of my fault a little bit, but but I got singled out at the Royal Palace and then got kicked out.
How's it kind of your fault though?
kicked out
my
part?
reaction is what led to me getting kicked out.
Yeah.
You get angry though, right?
Yeah.
You got anger.
Well, it's not that it's. I
You
guess-
add more fuel to the fire though. Like
no,
you don't.
I've been in a car with you. I know your road rage.
No. All right. That's different.
Okay.
My road rage issues is completely different.
Okay.
My road rage issues is why I don't own a gun. Like, 'cause I would.
Well,
use
that's
it.
great
Very
that you're
responsible.
self-aware enough
Yes,
to realize
I
that
know that
you
I
shouldn't
would
own a
use
gun.
it. So I'm not gonna get a gun. And I definitely would never have it in my car
Yeah.
if I did.
Oh my god.
There's no way. Like, no, it's my road rage problems are bad.
I've
But
never
otherwise,
experienced-
like, I'm not gonna let people treat me like shit and then just stand by idly and let it happen.
But like, is there like a release or something when you go off on someone on the road? Like that's how I feel when I curse someone out on the road.
I don't even think it's a
But, like-
release. I think it's like it's just so innate. Like, it just happens. It just comes out.
A lot of people say, well, not a lot of people say, but I've heard that like that road rage is sort of like all your childhood shit being triggered.
I don't
Like being
Well, I don't have it.
unseen and unheard, because we're not like, for me, I do this exercise like when I'm on the road and driving. If I don't look at the person in the face, then I'm probably gonna react like a road rager. But like if I look at every single person, the person driving the car in the face, I humanize them, and I'm less likely to be like, "Fuck you." I mean, occasionally there is that one, especially
wish I had
in my
that.
younger fiery days. You know, there were the almost getting out of cars, but
No, I'm looking at the driver, hoping that they make eye contact.
Oh, you just
with me
wish a
so
motherfucker
I can
would.
yell at them to their face.
So you're
100%.
using it sort of like as a release. Like you just sort of want to take
Well,
out your shit
it's-
on the person.
Like people just think that there's no consequences to actions ever, and I want you to know that there is.
I like
I'm with
vigilante
that.
justice.
I get
like
that.
that.
I relate
need
to
you
that.
to know.
Like if somebody cuts me off, I will follow them for 2 miles, honking my horn the whole
shit.
fucking time.
Zara.
That's
'Cause
wild.
how dare you?
2
'Cause How
miles?
fucking
Jesus.
dare you? How
In
fucking
LA?
dare you? Yes.
Oh, no wonder you're late everywhere.
No, but like I will,
that makes so much sense.
but-
You're tailing these people.
but it feels good. It feels if they cut me off.
We're just gonna start cutting you off so you get to places where we need to be.
Well, then you're gonna be hella scared because there's gonna be someone behind you in a Mini Cooper.
That's fine. At
following
least
you.
I know you're on your way.
I mean, it doesn't happen every day, but it happens
as
like
soon as you
once a
said
week.
somebody behind you in a Mini Cooper, I think that took away the fear.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
But
that
I
took
will
away the
be honking the whole time.
So it's like a
it'll be
loud
like beep, beep,
chihuahua.
beep.
no, but
Still
like
bites, but not fatal.
actually, the Mini it
Just
honks like a
annoyingly.
normal car. You know,
It's just how we hear it.
it's
Zara.
very
when we see
similar.
it, we hear it like beep beep.
It's very similar to me.
fear. Like
where
Roadrunner.
Yeah, beep beep. And then
I
just
may look
disappears.
small, but I talk like a normal person. You know, I can yell and sneeze and cough like a normal person.
2
Oh,
miles
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
When you were talking about like reverting to like all of the childhood stuff.
Oh, how like it's a trigger
I-
for childhood.
I get road rage like how my dad got road rage when I was a kid. Like I'm just swearing in languages I don't understand. I'm just
Telugu.
no, like Tamil. No, my
Tamil?
family.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but my dad also he used to yell in like Hindi too. He'd be like "Mother chot."
he ran out of cuss words. He had to
Yeah,
go
he
into
just
other
went into
languages.
all. That's the first words I learned in all these other languages were road rage words.
My parents are always like so level-headed and nice and sweet.
fuck? How
Like,
did you
they never-
happen?
They don't
Yeah.
cuss. They don't cuss in any language.
What happened to you?
I don't know.
I'm a direct trace from my parents. Like,
I don't know what happened, but like,
Are
my
you an only
parents-
child?
Middle.
ah,
My brother and my sister are, well, my brother's a lot more calculated than
Older?
I am. Younger.
younger, and your sister.
But my sister and I are very similar.
Interesting.
Like very argumentative and
Combative.
yeah, like for different reasons. I like being wrong. I like
Oh,
realizing that I didn't have the correct answer. It's just that most of the time I'm not in an argument with somebody that is on my mental capacity. And
why are you arguing with stupid people?
because most people are stupid.
That's true.
I will get
Most
into
people are
arguments
dumb.
with people, and then 3 hours later, I'm like, they're dumb. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, I just wasted 3 hours.
I
This
don't
is not-
bother arguing. I just walk away.
I love it.
Because it's like,
It's so much
at
fun.
some point, it's just like, they're too dumb to understand. So, like, why bother? Like, why should I waste my energy trying to educate people?
No, because everybody's smart enough to understand that they got checkmated. Everybody has that piece in them.
I prefer just like not bothering.
But are you trying to
Like- Yeah.
checkmate them, or are you trying to like convince them actually to like see your side of things?
If my side is correct, then yeah, I'm trying to bring them over, and I do it in a nice and lovingly way. But there's some things I won't argue about. Like I'm not going to
Right.
talk about Jordan and LeBron. I don't fucking care.
Dude, why does every sports argument go back to that?
It's so stupid.
Well, sometimes it's Kobe and LeBron, to be fair.
Ew, what?
No.
Never.
No, it's never.
What?
It always goes back to Jordan and LeBron.
No.
Whoever, it
both
doesn't
of-
matter who it is. Like they've played in different
Eras.
times, so
Different
who
eras,
fucking
yeah.
cares?
Yeah.
And like, I don't.
Team LeBron. That's all I'm
Worries.
saying.
Ew, ew, ew. Don't
Sorry.
follow me for 2 miles.
Beep, beep. Every time she gets upset, I'm just going to do that now.
If it's convenient,
Oh
I'll
my
follow
God.
you for 2 miles.
we live.
If it's
We
convenient.
live nearby,
That's
so
gonna be-
she probably will.
If I'm on the highway anyway.
Now
This is
everybody
happening.
listening is like, oh, if I want Zara's number, I'm just gonna have
I'm just
to,
going to try to start an
just gonna
accident.
cut her off at a red light, and then she'll follow me.
Like I really enjoy it. Like some days if I have time, I'm like, all right, I have time. I'm going in on this one.
I did that.
This
in
is my
Mexico.
project for the day.
When are you?
I know. Fizza and I are like, what is happening? When do you have time?
If I'm on the road anyway, like if I'm driving up to Ventura and you cut me off, bitch, I am following you for 17 miles.
Oh,
if I
you're like
can.
on their ass.
Yeah, like the whole fucking time.
And it's convenient if you're already going in the same direction.
Because here's the
you
thing,
run
like
them off the road, they take an exit. They're like, this bitch is crazy.
that's happened before.
I mean, like that would be a bitch ass insurance claim. They'd be like, and what happened then? Oh, and then the Mini Cooper
and then I-
rammed me me off the road.
I just heard a beep beep, and I didn't know what happened.
It'd be like it's like an urban legend.
Yeah. And then they flash the lights at you.
It's a
You see a Mini Cooper, and you see your flashlight.
I was a suspect in a murder investigation.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude.
Maybe that's why the French don't like you. They know something.
I don't know what it is, but like you don't.
How the hell
How
does this
are
happen?
you not cast as Jafar at this point? Like, I don't
You're
know.
a murder suspect?
All right.
Okay,
So
when was this?
this is what 2005, I think.
His real name is Adnan Saeed.
Yeah, for real.
Okay,
It's like
pre-beard?
2005.
Pre-beard, post-beard?
Yeah. Oh no, I looked hella Mexican.
What? Pre-beard.
Like my eyebrows were way thinner. I had like a pencil thin like
Oh my
chin
God.
strap.
Wait, so you used to like make your
Goatee,
eyebrows thinner? Is this your eyebrows like completely grown out?
Kind of.
Did you just
little bit.
look like the suspect? Or that's
Yes.
assuming you didn't do it?
Well, so what happened?
Did you go to high school with the suspect?
I went to elementary school with the suspect.
Oh.
And I went to high school with the victim
Oh,
and his
fuck.
girlfriend.
Oh, so this was like in high school?
This was right after high school.
Oh,
this is
shit.
like 3 years after high school.
And these are people you knew.
Yeah.
So
And I
this
went to the
isn't-
funeral and I was a murder suspect.
This is
at
in
the
Sacramento?
funeral, and I didn't know that I was one of the suspects. So like
Does
after
the family know?
Yes.
So they were pissed that you were there?
Hella people there thought that I might have had something to do with it.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, why? And I was talking to his girlfriend. And she was like, look, I knew it wasn't you, but I also knew that if I told you that you were on the chopping block, you would have acted weird and like you would have tried to like rehearse an alibi, but I knew that you're clean. So
Yeah.
like I didn't want to get that in your head.
How did everyone know?
It's a
Yeah.
murder.
How
Like,
did
people
everyone know
talk
but you?
about-
But you.
I don't know. But it's the same thing. Like, I mean, you see this on the
Were
the
you
patio
around?
at the Comedy Store all the time. Is like everybody talks about a comic, and the comic's the only one that doesn't know that we're talking about him. Like, you see that shit all the time.
So why did you get confused with him? Like,
So,
is this a friend?
so what happened is, my buddy and his girlfriend. This is December 23rd. They're driving, and then there's a car going the other way, and they don't have their headlights on. So my buddy high beams them. Car turns around, follows them home.
Oh,
They
fuck.
pull into their driveway. As they're walking in, that car pulls up and is like, hey, do you know how to get to the freeway from here? And he was like, yeah, man. He starts walking back towards the car. And then the dude in the passenger side just pulls a gun out,
No.
caps him down. His girlfriend was the only witness. And so the description was 3 Mexican dudes in a white Mustang 5.0. That was like the only description they had. As they're starting to do the investigation, like drugs come up and like all this other stuff. And then there's this dude named DJ. Oh shit, I almost said his real name. There's this other dude named DJ in Elk Grove, and there's 3 of us. There was one that went to Elk Grove High, one that went to Laguna with me.
Is this all in the Sacramento area? Okay.
And so the name DJ popped up because the drugs came up.
Yeah.
And so now I'm working at Chili's, and and it's the middle of the fucking
What were you
dinner
doing at
rush.
Chili's?
I was serving in the
Okay.
in the lounge. So I had like 13 tables on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And it's in the middle of the pop. These cops walk in, they take me outside, and they were like fucking slamming me against the wall. And this is like, everybody can see it. Like they weren't trying to hide shit. And they're like, look, if there's drugs involved, we don't care. We're just trying to find the murderer and this and that. And I'm like, yo, dude, you got the wrong kid. Like you're wasting your time with me. But that was strange. And then I had to come back inside to my 13 tables and just act like I didn't get fucking bullied by these 3 cops.
Did you have to explain anything to anyone, or did you just not talk
I
about
didn't
it?
have time to.
Yeah.
Like I had to just jump back in the groove and
Yeah.
but-
13 tables, that's a lot.
yeah.
Any big parties?
No, because like there's only
Oh my
like
God.
6 tables that move in that whole area.
Sick.
But everything else is just like 4 tops.
So they dropped you as a suspect eventually.
Yeah.
And then did you ever do anything like in these instances that happened where you were treated unfairly? Did you ever do anything about it? Did you lodge a complaint? Did you like tell anyone?
No, it was a buddy of mine who passed away, so I would want them to explore all avenues.
Right.
For absolutely, but for
So if
me
you had to take a little bullying by the police, like that's fine if it's part of the process.
yeah,
Wow.
if they're gonna pursue any suspect, then yeah, cool.
Was it targeted or was it a random?
No, well,
Like
the
that.
description. This happened
like-
at night.
That's like in
and
like
at that time, I looked
those
very Mexican.
forwarded emails where
Yeah.
they're like, "Don't flash your high beams at night because gangs will like attack you or whatever."
That's what this
like,
was.
yeah,
This
that's
was
like
a gang initiation.
yeah, and you think that those were
Really?
fake, but that's real shit. Yeah.
Don't flash your high beams if
Because
someone.
yeah, like your parents will like forward you these emails that are like people will like follow you and shoot you if you do it because of gang initiation.
And that's a real thing. Like you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's not incredibly common, but
Yeah.
Because I flash my high beam. I think like it's an act of service, right? But I'm not trying to get.
well, what it is,
You
this
know.
is it's based off of the Flying Dutchman, which was like a ghost ship.
yeah.
So there's this urban legend of like if there's a car going the other way and you high beam them, it's like ships passing in the night.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's nobody in that car. It's like a ghost car, and then when you get home, like that car will like show up and kill you or something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was just like
it's based
it's
off
like
of that.
ghost
So this
tales.
gang initiation's based on an allegory.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not insanely common.
Yeah, like I always
But-
thought it was like fake shit that like parents passed around because they're like in those like chain emails or
Yeah,
whatever.
I thought it was a chain email thing.
What's
But
what's
it's
nuts
real, I
though is
guess.
like the dude who got caught up. He got caught up as a driver, and he never snitched on who the other two dudes in the car were.
Yeah.
My mom told me in 4th grade she doesn't want me hanging out with him and his family. I got invited to his birthday slumber party,
Yeah.
and I was the only kid that wasn't allowed to go. And so like my parents
They knew.
knew something about that family, and they're like, we don't want you affiliating with them.
Wow.
My parents this might be a Brown thing, but my parents wouldn't let me go to sleepovers until like for a little while until I was like my brain was kind of formed a little bit.
Oh, I wasn't allowed at any sleepovers ever.
Yeah, because I think they
ever.
were worried about like bad shit happening, and they were like, "We don't trust these people."
You know, I did sleepovers, but like I never felt comfortable at the houses I was at. So, you know, maybe my parents needed to
Get rid
pull
of you.
back.
Pull back a little bit. Yeah.
It's like I don't need to be here.
Hey, did we ever mention that DJ's a comedian?
Yeah,
we just mentioned him
did.
as a suspect.
Yeah, for real. I've been a
No, we
suspect
did.
a lot of times.
I introduced him as hilarious, and
Oh,
then we
that's
got into
true.
his beard. But yeah, we should talk about your comedy because you've had an illustrious career so far.
It's been going okay. I left my day job back in February and haven't had to go back. So
I
that's cool.
remember that announcement. So what was that transition like?
Heavenly. It was
Yeah?
amazing.
Like not having to go to like your grown-up job every day, but that I'm sure that part's heavenly. But like, I think our listeners probably know, like, it's not easy living the life of a comedian full time. It's not like you're always, especially in LA, like we get paid in drink tickets, if that, or
Right.
curly fries, you know? So,
I love curly.
but I mean, they're delicious, but you can't pay rent with curly fries. So, the big thing, and one of the things I'm fearing about comedy is like, how do you even make it work? And I think you figured out how to make it work.
Yeah.
He sells shirts with his beard on them.
I used to, actually.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
That used to be my merch was I made my face out of weapons. So like my eyebrows was like 2 revolvers, and then like my mouth and mustache was like brass knuckles, and like it was all just like guns and bombs and like just weapons making my beard.
Yeah.
And so I used to sell that, and that worked very well.
Your
and then,
idea?
while we were moving, somebody broke into the car and stole my merch bag,
Whoa.
and I was fucking wrecked. And then later on, I saw some homeless dude riding a bike with my fucking shirt on.
Dude, that's some branding right
promo.
there.
And so like,
Promo.
I follow him, and I'm like, hey man, I really like that shirt. Where'd you get that from? And he looks me dead in the eye, and he was like, oh, this is my brand. I'm a hip hop artist. And I was like, oh no shit, you have another shirt for sale or something? Just, I mean, it kind of looks like me, don't you think? And he's just like, nah, man, weird coincidence. And then just bikes off. And then I go down a couple more blocks. There's some lady wearing my shirt. Walking another block. And like, it's like this Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs.
Oh my God.
And
so did you find the storefront? Did you find it?
It was just a homeless dude
Oh my God.
broke in and just started handing my shirt out to everybody.
Well, that's
So you
that's
know,
a free promo investment, but it costs a lot.
Yeah, those $1,200.
Oh
my
God! But are you gonna make more of them and sell them, or?
Well, now I only do women's shirts because they travel better.
Oh, okay.
Like they're just so much smaller,
Yeah.
and and also you can peer pressure a dude into buying his girl something, but you can't do the same the other way around. So
Until feminism works.
Really? I buy shit for my boyfriend all the time.
but if you guys are walking out of a comedy show, like you're not going to hear
You're
a
not
comic being
planning on
like,
it.
"What? You don't love your dude enough? You're not going to get him this." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
but
do you try to manipulate the women? Into,
I will emasculate the fuck
Or
out
the
of
men,
you.
the men.
Absolutely. And if you're weak enough to fall for that trick, I don't feel bad.
Can we talk about the other trick that you used to do, where you got your hot friend to create a Tinder profile, and then you would invite dudes to your shows, and then she wouldn't be there, and you'd be like, I don't know, she's gonna meet us at the bar, but then you had them buy like 20 tickets, and they all thought they were gonna fuck her.
Told you about that.
Whoa. Okay, so I would do this on Tinder for
But
my
we
shows.
can't because we're women. Like
So,
he had a woman who wasn't there who was hot.
Dude, I
Oh,
did
yeah,
that,
she's
and then like 5 guys
gorgeous.
showed up.
we can
and
have
I'm
a
like,
volunteer
oh, wait, I gotta.
woman. Doesn't have to be us.
Man. All
Yeah.
right, so you actually did this.
Yeah.
Was I not supposed to call you out on this?
Well, what's funny
It's
is
just smart marketing.
because when I was back in Sacramento, or whatever, like people kept sending her messages like, "Yo, you and your dude okay? Like, what? Why did you start another Tinder account?" Well, this and that. And she's like, "No, it's DJ. He's using me to promote his shows in Chattanooga and shit." Like,
That's so funny.
because literally, like, this girl's so freaking insanely gorgeous. Nobody is swiping left on her.
Yeah.
So what I do, like, I do it on Bumble because Bumble's cheaper. Because like straight up, like you don't have to pay for an account with Bumble, so
Yeah.
like you can just auto swipe everybody, and it's unlimited swipes, and nobody's gonna swipe left on her.
Yeah.
And so anybody who I got a message from, or I contacted with or matched with, I would send them a message like, "Hey, I'm just in town for a business meeting, blah, 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 whatever. I just so happens that a friend of mine is a comedian who's also in town. So if you want to hang out, I'm going to go to his show first. And then after the show, we're going to pop out and get some drinks."
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, "Oh, yeah, that'd be great." And I'd be like, or she would be like, "We can put you on the guest list, blah, blah, this and that." So I didn't catfish them out of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like they got a good night out of it. Like they feel like they got stood up.
They went on a
But-
date with you.
There's been a few times where like we go
do you
out
talk
to
to
a bar. Yeah.
Oh, you'll.
I'm the only one who knows who they are. And like they're not gonna go around telling people like, "Hey, I came here to meet this
But
chick."
do they
Yeah.
know?
Here."
Do they know that you know who they are?
No.
Okay.
Do you ever get mad? You're like, oh, you're not like your picture.
Right? That's
So do they all figure it out by the end of the night?
no, they just figure like this is
Don't
like,
they hit you up after though?
oh yeah,
like, what's up?
they'll keep messaging. They'll absolutely keep messaging. But it's like, all right,
Thirsty.
there exactly. The account straight up says like just like DTF and like only
Just in town for the night.
for a couple nights
Yeah.
or whatever. Like everybody who's swiping on her is 100% just trying to take advantage of her anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad taking
But
advantage of
then,
people who are trying
if
to
they
take
ever
advantage
run
of people.
into her in person,
They're never gonna. She's never gonna be in Iowa.
oh, okay, got it.
She will literally never go to Wichita.
Oh, this is a national trick.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is
This
anywhere
is
I
like
go.
a completely different part of the country. Smart.
Yeah, just when I'm back home, and then it's like getting into people's. It's been a while since I've done it. I haven't done it in a very long while. But yeah, that was.
Can I just make an announcement that if we have any fans listening that would be fine with us creating a fake profile based on their looks, we are accepting applications to fill our shows, men, women, whatever.
I don't recommend it for women because dudes are creepy as fuck.
Well, it doesn't have to be us though,
So-
right?
Right. True.
Yeah.
But still, like it's. I don't know.
It's a risk.
It's risky because like I can show up and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna wear your skin," and then follow you home in my Mini Cooper.
Oh, you're saying like maybe.
Okay.
No, you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
For female comedians, it would be scarier.
I don't understand why any women do comedy. It's insane to me. It's such a fucking risk.
Yeah,
It's so scary. I can't.
There are like plenty of women or some women who can't have their real names on like lineups and stuff right now, which is wild. But
yeah, I don't know why. Well, I wouldn't do this shit at all. If I was a woman, I would be like that classic 50s broad that stays in the kitchen like always, because I'd be way too scared to go out there and meet a human. It's like oh God, there's so many shows that are just based off of murdering women.
Oh yeah.
Like,
all of Law and Order.
All of and
a lot of successful shows.
CSIs in like what 90 different countries.
Where like most women watch those shows.
Yeah. It's
Special victims.
Yeah. At least they call it special.
But that's like, isn't like the SVU, that's like real fucked up shit, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Women and children.
oh God.
Ice-T breaks it down
Christ.
every time.
People love that stuff though. They're like hella successful shows.
I love documentaries. Like did you watch like I Am a Murderer on Netflix?
I did, yeah.
No, I Am a Murderer.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I did see that one.
Opening scene is just this dude. It's like since the reintroduction of the death penalty, over 8,000 people have been sentenced to death for murder. This is the story of inmate number blank. And you're like, what?
Oh, God.
And the first dude, he's like, I'm not sorry. Is that what you think you're going to get out of me? Is an apology? I'm not sorry at all. And I was like, I'm going to love this show.
No, all those psycho killers, like none of them feel remorse. Like,
No,
they're like, yeah,
they
like
have, their amygdala's fucked. They have no mirror neurons at all.
So is everyone on the show a psychopath? Because some people get locked up for doing something like they believe is right, like a revenge.
One of them was like wrong place, right time. Like it wasn't him that did it. He was there.
Oh, he didn't even do it.
He was part of it.
Yeah.
But the dude that he was with is the one that
he didn't pull 100% the trigger.
Did the murder. It was like a ferocious like axe murder.
Oh God!
And it was like random too. Like it was, they just went and did this for fun. They were just doing hood rat shit and it got out of hand.
What?
Like getting out of hand with an axe murder.
Well, no, I mean like if the four of us go out and we're like, hey, we're gonna go,
hoochie mama.
Let's go egg houses. You're like, oh, okay, that's
let me bring my axe,
whatever. And then like it just progressively gets more and more fucked up, and then it turns into a home invasion. The dude's at home, and so this other dude's just like, fuck it, let's kill him, and just kills him.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
And then his buddy gets sentenced to death on top of it. And he didn't have anything to do with the murder.
But he didn't like go to the police or anything.
I don't remember. There's 10 episodes. Each episode's a different case.
That's a big fuck it.
Yeah.
Just fuck it. Let's kill him.
Yeah, that's something that's
crazy.
I feel like that's not a whim.
And it's like, how do you go along with that? Like, as a friend, wouldn't you just like run the other way? Like, oh shit, he's doing something horrible. I can't be a part of this.
Honestly,
but also you could be worried that he's going to murder you immediately.
But that's what I'm saying is, I would kill you.
Though.
Like, I would kill my friend. I would start stabbing him as he's killing this innocent
I would
person.
also not do that, but I would call the cops or go immediately.
No, I'd like run.
I have no faith in the justice system at all.
Oh, that's true.
So I would 100% just start attacking my friend, and then I would call the cops and be like, yo, this is what happened. We were just trying to get to TV. Dude was home. My friend started killing him, so I killed my friend.
This is a real dark episode.
Yeah.
We're like
murder and shit.
Like, DJ's a suspect.
Is this not standard?
This is if he did it.
So this is our special making a murder episode.
Our intro music should just be dun dun.
This is the time we had a suspected murder. What was it? A suspected murder.
Yeah, I was a murder suspect.
Yeah, murder suspect. Yeah.
So the dude did have remorse. The one who didn't actually
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was his remorse that he didn't actually do it?
He was like, dude, like this isn't how it was supposed to go at all. And he's like, I'm sorry for everything. Like I understand the lives, and you can see like the hurt in his eyes.
Yeah.
Like he's the first dude.
No remorse.
Stone.
Yeah. But this guy.
Terrifying.
But then he still got the death penalty.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. It's fucking. Oh, by the way, I think that he was the only dude in the whole season that was black as well. Everybody else hella did what they did and hella earned it. I mean, the first dude, he got in for murder, and then he was in like a maximum security prison and just wanted a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
So he killed his cellmate so that he can get sentenced to death, so that he would be in a death penalty prison instead.
Have his own suite.
Yeah, like he did it
Interesting.
Yeah, he had to.
Christ.
He had to like really strive for the death penalty.
But you're like alone. He wanted to be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's also like the food's better, the beds are better,
okay,
the
got it.
TV's better.
I guess
like,
because you're gonna die anyway, so they wanted you to be comfortable while you're there.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
All right. I don't know how to transition to this, but this next topic is supposed to be a fun one.
Which are we doing these topics? Because
Oh.
we're at 45.
Okay,
so-
we're at 45, but I do want to hear about Nigel
Your pet pig.
Buckingham.
Oh, Sir Nigel Buckingham.
Nigel Buckingham.
Sir Nigel Buckingham.
titled.
Sorry. So you have you have a pet pig that you had split custody with your ex, right? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay. And where is Nigel now?
He now lives on a farm 20 minutes outside of Sacramento because the apartment management were a huge fan of him when he was a little baby, but once he hit 100 pounds, they're like, we don't want this shit anymore.
But
Was he
so
loud?
cute.
Was he disruptive at all?
No, he was super sweet.
Oh.
He was really nice. Like he was trained. Like he would sit on command. He would do circles. He can blow kisses. And like,
I discovered his Instagram on my way to work, and I missed my transfer because I was like almost crying looking at videos of him. And I was like messaging DJ like, "This is ruining my life."
oh yeah. Oh, that one of him attacking the pillow.
Oh my god, so cute.
So amazing.
So what made you like? Where did you get this desire to raise a pig?
It was 100% my ex's doing. We went to my buddy's place in Modesto to do a podcast, and as we walked up, like his pig's like the stomach was just dragging on the ground, and I was like, "Dude, your pig ain't right, man." And he's like, "Oh, she's gonna pop any second now," and immediately my girlfriend was like, "Can we have one?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then she just gave me a look like this isn't up for discussion. And
She's
so
like,
we
I'm
just
pregnant.
yeah, pretty much.
And we're keeping it.
She's like, "We are
Essentially.
having a baby."
But it was dope because like we were, I was driving back from Vegas, and like on my way from Vegas, I was gonna pick up the pig, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be dope, man!" So I was like, I started getting really excited about it.
Tell me about those pig cuddles.
Oh, those pig cuddles are the best. Like if I was laying on the sofa trying to take a nap, he would get jealous of my pillow, and he would jump up on the sofa. Strip the pillow out from under me, and then he would just start like
He'd burrow.
just burrow underneath my head, and he wouldn't stop until my head was on his stomach.
Oh.
Yeah.
So cute.
How big is he?
He's probably like 120, maybe 130-ish, something like that. Because he's at
Pounds.
yeah.
So pigs are what you're describing is like a really smart, like smarter than a dog. I
They're
don't,
much smarter than dogs.
and it kind of like it almost feels human-like.
There's actually an evolutionary theorist, I can't remember his name, but he believes that pigs and humans come from like one shared ancestor.
So we evolved from the same
Yeah.
animal.
I don't know. I guess like
What
what?
Go ahead.
I guess like what is that? The phylogenetic tree or whatever. Like they branch off at different times.
Yeah.
So they're saying it's more recent than apes.
Before apes.
Okay.
He thinks it's
It was before apes.
No, so apes did also came from pigs then.
No, not coming from pigs,
It's-
but like pigs and like
So pigs,
primates
apes,
and pigs
and
have
yeah.
like a shared ancestor somewhere.
Gotcha.
And I don't remember where down the line, but there's a few of them that believe that specifically because of how smart they are. Because like it goes humans and then chimps and apes and then dolphins and whales and then pigs.
I was looking that up, and yeah, they on the list of like 10 smartest animals, those are all like listed.
Yeah.
Chimps are fucking so crazy intelligent. Like
Yeah.
I was at there's a wildlife reserve in the San Gabriel Mountains, and they're all like the celebrities, like animals or like Michael Jackson's.
Is Bubbles there?
No, but Michael Jackson's bear is there, Coco or whatever.
Okay.
And they also have chimps, and they like take you can do a volunteer thing, and you can pay money and like go see it just as like a tour. And they say for all the other animals, if there's an escape and there's an alarm, like get out of the park. For chimps, lock yourself in the nearest cage because you won't make it.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
the nearest empty cage, because chimps are like so fucking smart and fast. And they like there are like videos online of them like trying to unlock shit. But I was looking up like the pig stuff, the pig intelligence, and they said that they're like so smart that they can like anticipate social, like they can look at, they can be there can be a group of pigs that are like trained to anticipate something, and then like a naive pig, one that hasn't been trained, comes in and sees the other people and the other pigs anticipating something, and then like gets in line with it, so they can like tune in emotionally to like social cues.
Yeah.
Of their like they're so like emotionally intelligent too.
That's the big thing is like they understand love, they understand hate, they understand forgiveness.
Wow.
They can hold a grudge. Like he would hold grudges on me.
Really?
What'd you do?
He would withhold affection. Like he was emotionally abusive. Like, he's straight up
You're
like
calling Sir Nigel a fuckboy? Is that what you're
pretty
doing?
much. Yeah. He was hella, oh my God. He was a genius though. He knew exactly what he was doing. My buddy's pig was able to he learned how to suction his nose against a sliding glass door and then shimmy it open. He would let himself out, pee, come back in, and then shimmy the door shut again.
Wow.
It says in the 90s there was like a study where they were trained to like move a cursor on a video screen and distinguish between like scribbles that they knew and ones that they had seen for the first time. So they were like they're like crazy smart.
Shit, I didn't know about that.
That was like in the early 90s.
Yeah, they're
and they
hella
learned. It
smart.
said they learned the task as quickly as chimps. So
Wow.
yeah.
And they're way cuter.
But
Okay,
you're
I don't know,
not
man.
living with the pig anymore.
Nah.
So that's something
Nigel.
that you had to give up with your LA lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So-
because since I was leaving my day job,
Mhm.
I had to really, really amp up my road bookings because there's no fucking money here. So
In LA. You hear that, people? There's no money in
There's
comedy in LA. Stop moving here.
But do
Stop
sign
it.
up for our Patreon on patreon.com/facial
Yay.
recognition
And come to
comedy.
our shows when we come to your city.
and come to DJ's show so he doesn't need to catfish people.
yeah, for real. If I can just get a genuine following, then
So I know we have to wrap up, but one thing I did want to quickly cover is that you had dreams of performing in a punk and metal band before you even wanted to be a comedian.
yeah. How did you know this?
I did some digging.
Where'd
do
She's very good at
research.
stalking
Google.
people.
I did some Googling, and then you also play in a System of a Down tribute band, not to be confused with the cover band.
Yeah, that's so
What the
funny.
What's the difference between a tribute band and a cover
So
band?
a cover band plays everybody's music. A
Okay.
tribute band only plays that one. So it's like
so
a
only does
dedicated.
covers for that one band.
Yes.
Got it.
That's so
And-
funny.
And everybody in the band will get so mad when I called it a cover band.
Sorry.
And I was like,
Good to know.
You're like, we're not Godsmack.
So
Yeah,
so it's called Steal This Band.
yes.
Do you guys play often? Where can people find you?
It's been a while actually, and now because everybody lives back in Sacramento, so I'm trying to restart it down here.
That's so funny.
And I don't know, because like I don't have time to do original music right now. Like,
What do
I'm
you
just-
play?
I play guitar and drums.
Oh, dope. That's
But
awesome.
What'd you
mainly
do for
guitar.
Steal This Band? Oh, guitar.
Vocals.
Oh, so you also do vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do you get your voice all like low and gravelly like they do? Insistent. Like,
I can hit his entire vocal range.
Can you
Damn.
Can you give us a little sample, or
She's
is that
like
is that too on the
multi-talented.
spot?
Not right now because
I love System of a Down. So.
Right now, oh God, you want to hear some heartbreaking shit?
What?
I finally got to see them. Like I saw them back in 2003, I think 2003 or 4.
Yeah.
This is the last time I saw them. I got to see them just the other day in Sacramento. 4 songs in, I broke my nose.
No, I saw this.
Oh yeah, you said
Yeah.
that.
Your nose looks fine now.
Yeah, it was straight on, and it's like right here.
Oh my God.
It's still super.
Did you
it's
get
a
checked
super-
out? Are you okay?
Yeah, I spent the rest of the
my
concert in
God.
a medical tent.
Unbelievable.
But
Like,
honestly, that's kind of like the most System of a Down thing to
Yeah.
do in their concert. Like
Break your
you
nose.
embodied the spirit
Oh,
of System of a
God.
Down by getting.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's the best story.
That's
and
really
best
hardcore of
souvenir.
It's not. It's really not. If it could have happened during like Shinedown, I'd be very okay with it.
During like a Josh
4
Groban
songs in.
concert,
Yeah,
you're like, this is fine.
I don't need to be there for Shinedown.
You couldn't hear him from the tent?
Oh, I could hear and see everything.
Even with the broken nose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, like, it was an all-day music festival,
Yeah.
so it's like we've been out in the sun drinking for 8-9 hours, something like that. So once I got hit, it was just pouring out. Like, there was so much liquor. That was the first thing that the medics asked me, was like, how much did you drink today? And I was like, oh, you're not gonna like this answer. Because I also, like, it's in Sacramento, so all the bartenders are people who bartend at the downtown clubs and bars.
Yeah.
So every stand I go to, I'm just getting a free drink floated to me. And so, like, I'm just getting, and then plus, like, my buddy was stage managing for one of the, like, the smaller stages. So I was able to just, like, pop backstage.
You just had VIP access everywhere.
Yeah.
You were getting loaded, all of that. So it sounds like a fun time.
Until it wasn't.
All right, I think we got to wrap up soon. We usually ask when we have like a South Asian person on, we ask like how they've built or broken the South Asian stereotype. But I think you've described a lot of times how people assign that to you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you
Very much.
had to break it, or you weren't part of that. So I don't know. What are ways that you've built the South Asian stereotype? Like, what are
The beard?
the beard?
I don't know.
What about like behaviorally? Are you really good at math?
Behaviorally? Yeah, I'm really good at math.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Of course he is. He's really good at math.
That was actually, I was a
That's
math
why-
major at first.
Yeah, that's why
really?
you. That's why you taught the comedy finance class.
Yeah. Oh, that's
series of
that's
comedy.
pretty stereotypically Indian.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I'm teaching finances to
Yeah.
To comedians?
to comedians.
If you want to do a satellite course here in LA, I would totally be down.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm
we
talking to Jack Jr. about doing that over at
Yeah.
the Ha Ha.
Yeah, but you're going to
Yeah.
give the brown people a deal, right? Because we got to.
I'll do it for free. I
Fuck
don't
yeah.
like.
I'll be there.
I'm not trying to hustle money out of people. Like, this is information that took me 9 years to learn the hard way, and
You're the Jay-Z
the hard
of
way
comedy.
only.
You're the Jay-Z of comedy finance.
Yep.
Got it.
I don't know. I can tell you how to get to my level at where I am now. Anything above me, I have no idea. Otherwise, I would be there.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we could make this like a masterclass if we get like anyone that you look up to that's figured it out. You know, just make it a series or something.
There's a couple people, but
It's not your dreams
They've
to do
been-
comedy finance lectures.
not
Got
really.
it.
All right. I think we gotta wrap up now. Where can we find you? And do you have any upcoming events?
Let's see. I know I'm in LA this whole next month. So we'll be at Ice House on the 9th, I think, and then Flappers on the 10th. And then after that, first week of December, I'm at Stir Crazy in Phoenix. The next week after that, I'm at the Tropicana in Atlantic City. Then I'm at the Comedy Loft in DC. And then I'll be at the Comedy Bar in Chicago for Christmas week. And then the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga for New Year's week.
And you're DJ Sandhu 20 on
Mhm.
everything?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Thanks, DJ.
Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Our social media is Facial Recognition Comedy on Instagram, Facebook. That's our Patreon. That's our website. That's the name of this podcast. We're going to be performing on November 9th at 11:30 p.m. at New York Comedy Club as a part of New York Comedy Festival. And then we're going to fly our asses back here and perform on November 11th at 9 p.m. at Westside Comedy Theater, where we are the second Sunday of every month. And my social media is Pallavi Ganalan, PALLAVIGUNALAN on everything.
And this is Zara. My social media is really Zara on everything. Zara is spelled ZAHRA.
And I'm Fizadasani. You can find me at Fizadasani. I'll spell it for you. FIZ as in zebra, AADOSANI. On